As I draw near to you, O Spirit of the living God, thank you that I can bask in the warmth of your goodness and the power of your everlasting light. Thank you that as I pray now, you gently lead me to the love of the Father and the heartbeat of heaven's only Son, our precious Lord Jesus Christ. Here I am completely safe, fully loved and accepted by the wondrous Maker of all things. Lord, I kneel before you now in awe and wonder. Just as the first disciples gathered in days of old, I wait here at your feet and invite you to flood my being with your great power and strength. O Holy One, you are my wise counselor and my tender comforter. Come with your gentle breeze, blow away the cobwebs in my mind and help me to see myself as you see me, restored, forgiven and set free. O gracious one, you are my song during the daytime and my heavenly beacon at night. Come illuminate my path and guide my feet wherever they might tread, for I know that I can trust in you always. O powerful one, you are the breath from above that weaves beauty from the dust of the earth and fills this being with life. May my soul ever pour forth praise and my lips always sing of your eternal greatness and goodness. For you are the holy, gracious and all-powerful one, and my life is in your hands completely. Amen.
Kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, helas ng sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit mo pagaw, ay hinatang tulakaw.
members of the Board of Judges, Dr. Salvador Sembran, Assistant Principal 2 for Senior High School, Mr. Chinny John Absalon, Assistant Principal 2 for Junior High School, Mr. Julius Malvisar, Assistant Principal 2 for Operation and Learner Support, department heads who serve as consultants or chairpersons in the different committees, members of the working committee headed by the Mathematics Department, a sponsoring department in this year's ANS Day celebration under the able leadership of Mrs. Christine Cepeda, Head Teacher 3. Chairperson of the search for Mr. and Miss STE 2021, Mr. Fred John Piponia, and all STE teachers as members. Ever supportive parents, trainers, and family members, ANS teachers and staff, Parent Teachers Association, Antique National School, Antique High School Alumni Association, stakeholders, students, ladies and gentlemen, good day to one and all. Antique National School is celebrating its 115th founding anniversary with the theme, ANS at 115, striving the new normal with its strength and brilliance. Our theme speaks about the eagerness of ANS to strive or get through from the quagmire and band-aids of the pandemic. ANS as an educational institution continued to soar higher with its strength and brilliance as far as provision of basic quality education to our students is concerned. We can't deny that as a learning institution, it has limitations, but those limitations serve as a springboard in achieving excellence in all aspects of educational endeavor. This year, due to the pandemic, activities were done by department or by program in order to observe minimum health protocol. I salute this year's candidates. You are fortunate to be chosen to represent your respective grade levels. I also thank the parents for allowing them to join this one-of-its-kind opportunities, the virtual search for Mr. and Miss STE 2021. There is a saying that goes, if you want a crown, go and buy one. But if you want to lead and inspire, enter a pageant and earn one. This is our mantra every time we conduct a search for Mr. and Miss in Antique National School. To all candidates, you are all winners in your own rights. And so, good luck to all of you. The beauty pageant is not merely a competition, but it is an opportunity to develop pleasing personality and self-confidence. And finally, I warmly welcome each and everyone to this year's virtual search for Mr. and Miss STE 2021. Thank you very much. To God be the glory. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
without you by my side. And I spent oh so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, then I grew strong.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop her. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Antique National School. And good evening, Philippines. This is Mr. Fredjan C. Hiponia, your host for tonight. You have seen a while ago our candidates and their production number. And one of them will be the best in production number. But we still have 5 remaining minor awards or categories that they will be showcasing tonight. We have the casual wear, the formal and evening gown, the resilience video, the interview, and of course, the Mr. and Miss popularity. From these categories, we will choose our first and ever Mr. and Miss Antique National School STE 2021. The hunt for Mr. and Miss STE will be the centerpiece of the event of our Antique National School 115th Foundation Day. Students competing in this competition may serve as an inspiration to many, proving that no pandemic can stop them from achieving their goals. Students be able to demonstrate their own personalities in this exercise so that they can be mimicked by others. And the victors will be symbolize the voice of the students as well as an empowered and resilient student body. As STE thinks that no pandemic will prevent students from becoming the country's future builders, the department will continue to develop new techniques for the students' welfare, responding to their requirements and appreciating not only the students' academic, but also their emotional well-being. ANS STE will continue to climb the new heights in academic achievements while thriving in the new normal with its strength and brilliance. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. and Miss ANS STE 2021. Antique National School Science, Technology, and Engineering curriculum have produced professionals, both local and international. They have ineffably excelled in their own chosen endeavor, and 11 out of 12 of our selection committee are graduates of this institution. And one special judge whom I believe capable and credible in choosing the first ever Mr. and Miss Antique National School Science, Technology, and Engineering Curriculum 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, the Selection Committee. She is a reproductive endocrinology and infertility nurse at Anova Fertility Center, Toronto, Canada. Former Miss Ans, April Ordanel Macabeles. A licensed lawyer in the state of New York, USA. Currently based in New Jersey, USA, Mr. Ireneo Ganzon Opinia. A registered nurse at Philippine Orthopedic Center. Former Linay Kang Antique third runner-up, Janet Matencio Evangelista. A R&D designer manager at Panasonic Appliances Research and Development Center in Singapore. The very handsome Mr. Edsel Gonzaga. She is the Director of Accounting and Payroll Services, Expertise Limited at Bermuda. Casa Joy Pitinglay Rossiter. He is the Director of Market Access Takeda Cambridge at Massachusetts, USA. Mr. Rookie Glenn Omanio. A registered surgical nurse at Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago, Illinois, USA. Ms. Gabs Gonzaga. He is a fashion photographer, creative director, and social media manager for Social Studio Dubai, Middle East. Clyde Gabriel. OR nurse at Sunderland Royal Hospital in England, United Kingdom. Former Miss Ans and former Linay Kang Antique, Maxine Marie Bello Santina. She is an operations manager, Fendi and Trasardi Casa Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Shell Castro Hamadron. A certified public accountant licensed in the state of New York and a chartered global management accountant. Currently managing director in accounting in the state of New York. Mr. Richie Pagunsan. A private law practitioner based in the province of Antique. Attorney Eduardo Segura Fortaleza. I would like to appreciate the effort and the undying support of STE teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Science, Technology, and Engineering Curriculum teachers. And I would like also to acknowledge our tabulation headed by our Department Head of the Mathematics Department, Mrs. Christine Macatigos Cepeda. COVID-19 a significant effect in our students, especially in the science, technology, and engineering curriculum. These force them to attend in online classes that affects their mental and emotional aspects. The next contest category will showcase how our students cope with the pandemic, how they fight for this emotional and mental depressions. Ladies and gentlemen, the resilience video.
There's a saying, you never really know what you have until it's gone. Our new normal today exposes what was wrong with our old normal. Sometimes it takes the most abrasive of reminders, the harshest of times, to help and show us what we had previously failed to see. Oftentimes, it's hard to find a reason to be optimistic and to understand why. But what we don't know is that if we looked hard enough amidst these trying times, there's something to be gained, something to be learned, and something to be achieved. And when our darkest moments test our strength, they push our boundaries and brought us the realizations of what we currently have. They can also be the bridge that leads us exactly where we need to be. They remind us sometimes it's not about how we spend our time, but who we spend it with. It also reminds us that the world can spin so fast, but we shall never forget how humanity is bigger than the sum of its parts. That no matter where we live, what language we speak, or who we pray to, we're not that different after all. It also reminds us that there is so much good in this world than evil, more love than hate, and so much promises for tomorrow. One day, these nights will turn to mornings, and a new chapter will begin.
To move on is to believe that whatever there is to encounter in life, we have God in our midst. Let not fear conquer us. Instead, remember that we have Him, our protector and our Savior. As the pandemic sweeps across the world, it is causing widespread concern, fear, stress, and all of which are natural and normal reactions to the changing and uncertain situations that everyone finds themselves in. I am a student in the new normal, and I am not exempted to the many bombarding issues that learners experience in this pandemic school year. I have also caught myself overthinking and bothered of the many questions that my heart and mind tried to ask. I was about to give up, but with the resilience that I have, I was able to rise and move forward. Having online classes and beating the deadlines tested my time management and revised my daily routine. These adjustments enabled me to learn at my own pace as I cope with the many requirements that I needed to comply. Reaching out to all the significant people in my life was my way of saying, yes, I am ready to all the trials that I have encountered. I worked harder than usual and made sure that I am productive despite the limitations for us young people. By having constant and meaningful communication with others, I did not lose the drive to move on and see that life, in spite of the global scenario, still has a lot to offer. Many suffered, numerous lives were claimed, but we ourselves are still here, continuing the battle that our pandemic heroes have endeavored. With that, I am thankful. That is my motivation. That's the spirit that I have embraced in this dark age of coronavirus. To be that image of strength is my ultimate goal. With the help of my family, friends, and people that I relate with, I will continue the mission of spreading love and compassion. I will be of service to others in whatever way I can, for life is uncertain. Every second matters. Remain steadfast and let it be counted. I am Liam Craig Estaras Labraget. I am not just a candidate, but an advocate.
I was the timid type who never really stood out. Like all the other students, I had my fair share of ups and downs, but my down was so low that I lost hope of ever pulling through. I had learned to pull this through. I had to discover my strengths and acknowledge my weaknesses. I pushed myself forward by engaging in activities which I enjoyed. I rekindled my passion for biking and took up piano lessons, and at the same time, managed my time for classes and school requirements. When you realize there's nowhere else to go but up, and being ready for what it takes. When things go from bad to worse, having every reason to stop trying. That moment, we all get humbled at some point, oftentimes more than once. We got to learn to move forward, pick up one foot, then the other. Start with small steps, by small steps, until you are ready to leap, to conquer the world. Life will always throw rocks at us. Some are small, some might seem impossible to carry. Yes, we will have bad days. We will make mistakes. We will mess up. But what matters is we should keep moving forward. I am Edward Lawrence Alvior Dizon. I am STE. I won't break. I won't bend. I am tough. I am resilient.
As the pandemic strikes the world, it has resulted in increased loneliness, stress, anxiety, and depression among many Filipinos, including students. All the while, students are experiencing sudden and unexpected changes while physically separated from their familiar on-campus support systems. The sudden changes that I have experienced, such as forcing us students to leave our campus, community, friends, classes, and familiar routines, result to the greatest impact on my mental health. But in my mind, I have this thought, prompting me to survive the pandemic and to cope with the situation. I have to know that it is okay to feel how I am feeling, how to maintain a routine, practice good sleep hygiene, connect with others, and take a break. These tips will help myself, even my fellow students who are striving hard to survive the COVID-19 pandemic and to cope with the new normal situation. Let us win this battle together, battle which deprives humanity from their happiness and progress, facing uncertainty about our future, our own health, and the health of our friends and loved ones. The life, which is stressful and anxiety-provoking, as there is constant fear, making us to develop and vulnerable to develop mental health concerns. Let us get through and overcome this hardship all together. Kudos Antioqueños for surviving COVID-19 pandemic. Good day to all. This is Mikuvidad Tan, 16, representing grade 10.
The new normal seems to be not normal. Everyone struggled because everything is so different. Limited movements, various restrictions, protocols implemented that really affected the way of life, not just of Filipinos, but of the entire world. This trial tested the toughness of the schools and reminded the importance of partnership and cooperation. The partnership that will serve as the tie in fulfilling the mission and vision of education, and that no single learner will be left behind. Entering the new phase of my educational life, I have proven that determination, resourcefulness, and compassion are essential to survive these most trying times. I could vividly remember the very first day I set foot on the online classes that we have here in Antique National School. At first, I was hesitant and asked myself, how could someone not known to many of us would survive in this concrete jungle where stuff of dreams is made of, given that we haven't met each other in person? How can one who barely knows anyone could fit in? And crucially, how would I cope with the burden of knowing the fact that I am no longer with the people who truly mattered to me? Yet, with my goal to survive the modalities set for us, I was able to adjust and cope with the so-called demands of another pandemic school year. I have doubled my hard work, patience, and perseverance in order to lessen the burden and pressure brought by the abrupt switch of learning. At home, we made sure that there is an open line for communication, because only when we express ourselves can we truly convey what our hearts have spoken and what our minds have been thinking, given that both were preoccupied by worries, anxieties, and what-ifs leading to overthinking. Our faith was tested, and with prayer, we fervently believed that we were guided on how to protect ourselves from the unseen enemy, and we were directed on how we could help the community to once again rise. I made myself available to whatever means I can extend without compromising health. Young as I am, I was able to take part in community endeavors because of my strong will and determination. Living this time may be another way for us, but there is always a choice for us to make the most of it. Life is 10% things that happen to you. The remainder is how you react to it. This is Carlene Angela Moscoso, your inspiration and icon of resiliency.
We are assured of the safety of our children and our teachers.
Authorities believe schooling can continue even from home.
We are living through a world crisis of which has not been seen in 100 years, the COVID-19 pandemic. This causes a lot of fear, uncertainty, and anxiety to a student like me and even other students across the globe. It greatly affects all of us, financially, emotionally, physically, and even spiritually. The adjustments that we make in order to adapt to the new normal setup of education really challenged us. The hardships and the difficulties we are currently facing seem like a mountain to climb and a giant to conquer. What is within us that drives our capacity to cope and quickly recover from the difficulties of life? For me, it is the resilience trait embedded in us Filipinos. We are known as fun-loving, God-fearing, and family-oriented people. These characteristics has propelled us to strive hard and adapt. But one thing that this pandemic has taught me and my family was the opportunity to know more about God and grow closer to Him. During the times the churches were closed, we have brought them inside our own homes. We are praying more than before. These signs bring us closer to God, and we are given the opportunity to know Him personally. We really praise and thank God for His sustaining grace and guidance to us all. In this time of pandemic, we can only depend on one another and in the only wise and true God. Faith washes away our tears of grief and anxiety. It makes us see the needs of others and propels us to respond to them. My fellow youth, this pandemic reminded us that we are in a world that is uncertain. It has opened our eyes to many great lessons in life. It has taught us to reassess the value of our life, our health, our relationship with one another, and even our faith. This is the challenge to all of us, to be a part of the solution, to make a better world we are in right now. We have faced more than a pandemic. We have survived natural calamities, wars, traumas, and other adversities. Yet, we have always recovered and survived. We heal as one with kindness. We heal as one. We serve, we share, we show compassion. We heal as one. Remember that together we will heal as one, and together we will rise.
Individually, we are one drop, but together we are an ocean. This has been my realization in these most trying times. COVID-19 pandemic struck everyone. Many suffered, and it continues to ravage the entire world. The pandemic really tested how resilient the Filipinos are. Life differences often came with a wide range of experiences and emotions. The educational system was not an exemption to this. It caused massive changes in the daily lives of many, changes that happened rapidly. Online synchronous and asynchronous classes emerged that made me switch to the most fitting way to manage everything: my time, resources, my daily routine, and the way I deal with others, and with life itself as a student, given a lot of challenges to face. Yes, I personally see this as a challenge to conquer greater heights in the future. I survived, and I will continue to survive, for I know that I am surrounded with people who will make all things possible for me. My family has been my source of strength and inspiration. I never felt alone because of them. I never realized that I had nothing to do with all the restrictions and protocols, because they made sure that I have internalized the importance of being together in this time of pandemic. Through sharing my line to others and be their listening ears, I was able to once again activate a connection which is very essential for strengthening the bond and for survival in emotional and mental challenges that we may have encountered. It is a big deal that even the pandemic cannot hinder the drive of everyone to always move forward and to be that image of hope to each one, regardless of who we are and where we come from. We may not have the convenience that we were craving for at this time, but little by little, we can restore this world. We can once again make education fun and accessible to everyone. I am Chirny Maurice O. Dolyalasa. I am an education champion and a pandemic warrior.
Fear, isolation, panic buying. There is sickness. And yes, there is even deaths. Normal classes turned into virtual. Hugs and kisses became weapons. And not visiting parents and grandparents became an act of love. Suddenly, we realized that money is not that powerful, and power is not that valuable. Why is everything so uncertain in this world? No one will ever know, but I do know one thing, that we don't need to focus on the uncertainties and enjoy our life. The situation has taught us that everything our lives used to revolve around is so temporary. All over the world, people are slowing down and reflecting. All over the world, people are looking at their neighbors in a new way. All over the world, people are waking up to a new reality, to how big we really are, to how little we really have, to what really matters, to love. So we pray and we remember that, yes, there is isolation, but nobody should feel lonely. Yes, there is panic lying, but no one should have to be near. Yes, there is sickness, but there does not have to be disease of the soul. Yes, there is even death, but there can always be a rebirth of wake to the joyful. Behind the factory noises of your panic, the birds are singing again, and the sky is clearing. We can either spread fear or be the light in the darkness that everyone wants to see. If you still cannot find something to hold on to, take a mirror, stand a little longer, stare a little harder. You'll find something deep inside of you that still has hope, faith, and human spirit in these times of disruption.
Our next contest category is the casual wear competition. Our candidates will showcase casual wear designed by June Ray Obsenia of June and Spencer Fashion House.
I've been waiting patiently like all my life. Yeah.
Mr. Grade 7. Mr. Grade 7 is 12 years old. He is the son of Gaylord G. Celis and Mrs. Sharon Rose O. Celis. He wants to become a marine engineer someday. Mr. Grade 7, Landlord Mac Herman. Mr. Grade 8. Mr. Grade 8 is 13 years old, and he is the son of Engineer Russell Garcesa Labrador and Mrs. Leila Estares Labrador. He wants to become a doctor someday. Mr. Grade 8, Liam Craig. Mr. Grade 9. Mr. Grade 9 is 13 years old. He is the son of Dr. Patrick Jerry A. Deason and Dr. Lauren A. Deason. He wanted to become a doctor someday. Mr. Grade 9, Edward Lawrence. Mr. Grade 10. Mr. Grade 10 is 16 years old. He is the son of Mr. Michael A. Tan and Mary Jane B. Tan. He wants to be a pilot and travel the world someday. Mr. Grade 10, Miko.
Woke up feeling like the baddest bitch I've ever known. Feeling even stronger than I've ever felt before.
Miss Grade 7. Miss Grade 7 is 12 years old. She is the daughter of Mr. Paul Eric Moscoso and Irene Moscoso. She wants to travel the world and be a successful woman and leader someday. Miss Grade 7, Carlene Angela. Miss Grade 8. Miss Grade 8 is 13 years old. She is the daughter of Mr. Elmer D. Lombardo and Mrs. Juliet S. Lombardo. Miss Grade 8 ambition in life is to become a lawyer someday.
Living under your thumb, so now it doesn't kill me. Better hurry up and run. I let you try to dim it, but I rise up like a phoenix. So when all is said and done, you're the only one.
Miss Grade A, Elika Marie.
But you never see me like this.
Miss Grade 9. Miss Grade 9 is 14 years old. She is the daughter of Mr. Augustus Cesar Cuevas Doloyasa and Mrs. Maribel Umalyao Doloyasa. Her ambition in life is to be a CPA lawyer someday. Miss Grade 9, Cherney Maurice. Miss Grade 10. Miss Grade 10 is 15 years old. She is the daughter of Mr. Danilo Escote Samiliano Duazo and Mrs. Charlene Odango Orbigozo Duazo. She wanted to become a lawyer someday. Miss Grade 10, Deborah.
The pageant moves on with our next contest category, and that is the formal wear and evening gown. Again, designed by June Ray Oxenia of June and Spencer Fashion House.
Grade 7. Mr. Grade 7 loves to bike, swim, and play video games. He was been a participant during the Wivera meet in swimming elementary boys for 2 consecutive years. His motto in life is, when you're stuck, don't give up, try something new. And his memorable experience is conquering his fear and riding in a zipline at Lake Cebu. Grade 7. Grade 8. Mr. Grade 8 loves to play badminton and biking. He graduated from elementary with honors and considered the greatest achievement in life when he passed the admission test for ANT's STE program. His motto, keep calm and carry on. His memorable experience when he traveled to Hong Kong with his family. Grade 8. Grade 9. Mr. Grade 9 loves to bike, play badminton and chess. He was been a 4th place in editorial writing during the provincial journalism contest in elementary days. He was been also a varsity player in swimming and basketball. His motto in life, hope for the best and prepare for the worst. A champion artist, Mr. Grade 9. Grade 10. Mr. Grade 10 loves to play basketball, volleyball, and playing online games. He is an active member of the Supreme People Government of ANT's SSG. His greatest achievement? He is a champion online gamer. His motto in life is short, always choose happiness. Grade 10. Grade 7. Miss Grade 7 loves to play the organ, baking, and painting. She was been a second runner-up for Miss Das Gems in her elementary days. Her motto in life is to live life to the fullest with no regrets. Her underwater experience in Boruanga Aklan is her most memorable experience. Grade 7. Grade 8. Miss Grade 8 loves to sing, dance, and a champion taekwondo player. She was being crowned as Miss Gaisano 2015 and Little Miss Prizap 2017. Her motto in life is, "With God's help, I can do it." She was given an opportunity to be a speaker during the Buwan ng Wika and Nutrition Month celebration in 5 different schools in Antique in her elementary days. Miss Grade 8. Grade 9. Miss Grade 9 is a champion journalist. She loves to dance and to read. She is a consistent with high honor student and awarded as Outstanding Mathematics Pupil of the Division of Antique. Her motto in life is to strive for progress, not perfection. Grade 9. Grade 10. Miss Grade 10 loves to read, listen to music, and playing online games. She is a champion declaimer. And her memorable experience is when she passed the entrance exam for STE. Because she believes being an STE is already a great opportunity and way for more opportunities and exposure. Her motto in life is, "Everything starts with a dream." Grade 10.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen our candidates in the production number, casual wear, evening gown, and formal wear. And they're doing well. But we will see more of our candidates as we test their wit and intelligence. This is the interview portion for the search for Mr. and Miss Antique National School STE 2021. Prior to this interview portion, our candidates picked a number that corresponds to a question. And they're given 45 seconds to deliver their answer. After 45 seconds, they will hear this sound. And it means time's up. So ladies and gentlemen, the interview round begins with male candidate number 1. Okay, so we have candidate number 1, Mr. Grade 10. So how are you, Mr. Grade 10?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm sure you have prepared your interview. So your question, Mr. Grade 10, is question number 3. As an STE student, what can be your greatest contribution to your community? Again, as an STE student, what can be your greatest contribution to your community?
Thank you for that wonderful question, sir. As a youth and as an STE student, the greatest contribution that I could offer would be showing them that I am a role model and a law-abiding citizen who understands the current pandemic situations. That merely following minimum health protocols and by encouraging my fellow youth will absolutely lessen the burden of the community from the COVID-19 pandemic. And I thank you.
Alright, so there you have it. Candidate number 1, Miko Tan of grade 10. Let's welcome our next candidate, male candidate number 2, representing grade 8. Okay, so here's Liam representing grade 8. So how are you tonight, Liam?
I feel great. Thank you.
Alright, so he feels great. I hope you will be great also with your answer. So this is your question, Liam. What is the biggest challenge you have faced during this pandemic? Again, what is the biggest challenge you have faced during this pandemic?
Thank you for that question. The biggest challenge that I have faced during the pandemic was the limited movement that I had. This made me feel less productive and effective as a person. But with my extended patience, understanding, and determination, I was able to surpass the challenge and redirected myself to its another version, this new normal. Thank you.
Alright. Thank you very much, Liam. Liam Craig Labrage of grade 8. Alright, so let's continue our interview with male candidate number 3, Mr. Grade 7. Alright, so we have here Dan Lord for his interview. Okay, Dan Lord, how are you tonight?
Good evening, sir. I feel great tonight and honored to represent my grade 7, Mr. STE.
Alright, so Dan Lord is very honored. Now, your question is question number 1. What does it mean to be a 21st century learner? What does it mean to be a 21st century learner?
As a 21st century learner, you need to be a critical thinker. You need to be able to communicate clearly, need to collaborate with other people, and to be resilient, especially in this time of pandemic. We STE learners are resilient and critical thinkers that can overcome any adversities that may come. Thank you.
Alright, so you've heard Mr. Grade 7, Dan Lord Mackerman Celis. Thank you very much, Dan Lord. And we're now down to our last male candidate, and he is representing grade 9, Edward Lawrence Dizon. Alright, so Edward is here. And how are you, Edward, this night?
I'm feeling nervous, sir.
Oh, don't be. I know you can answer this question. So your question, you have picked question number 5. And this is, this year's Foundation Day theme is Ants at 115, thriving in the new normal with its strength and brilliance. As a student of Ants, how can you exemplify this in your life? I repeat. This year's Foundation Day theme is Ants at 115, thriving in the new normal with its strength and brilliance. As a student of Ants, how can you exemplify this in your life?
I have made lots of failures in my life. The number of failures in our lives never decreases, it just increases. But it's the same with our accomplishments. It's okay to have failures because we can learn from them. But we must make sure that we never make those failures again. Despite the bad things that happens to our lives, we must still move forward. I am Edward Lawrence Albior Dizon, thriving in the new normal with my strength and brilliance.
Alright, so I know you have your strength and brilliance tonight to win the crown. Hopefully, Edward. So thank you, Edward, for that answer. So you have already listened to our voice. Now let's hear it from our girls. And the interview portion for Miss Anne's STE 2021 begins with female candidate number 1, Miss Grade 7. So we have here at our center stage is Miss Grade 7. So how are you, Miss Grade 7?
Good day. I'm doing great, thanks.
Alright, she's doing great. And I can see in her face, beautiful face. Okay, so your question that you have picked, I will read it twice, Carlin. Alright, so this is your question. Question number 2. This year's Foundation Day theme is Anne's at 115, thriving in the new normal with its strength and brilliance. As a student of Anne's, how can you exemplify this in your life? I will repeat. This year's Foundation Day theme is Anne's at 115, thriving in the new normal with its strength and brilliance. As a student of Antique National School, how can you exemplify this in your life?
Thank you for that question. I can exemplify this year's theme by giving my best in studying during this new normal. I think this will help uphold the mission and vision of the school despite the pandemic by being an ideal student. After all, every situation is an opportunity to learn. So let's just embrace that strength and brilliance that Anne's is trying to radiate to everyone. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Miss Grade 7, Carlin Moscoso. Miss Antique National School STE 2021 interview round continues with candidate number 2, Miss Grade 8. Alright, so Elika Marie is here now on stage, and I know she's ready to answer the question. But before we have the question, Elika, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm beyond grateful, thank you.
Alright, so I know you're very grateful. So here's your question. I will read the question twice and then answer after the second reading, okay? Alright, so let's have your question. And you picked question number 4. What will you accomplish if you win as Miss STE 2021? Again, what will you accomplish if you win as Miss STE 2021?
If I will win Miss STE 2021, I will spread awareness to practice online empathy and compassion to be a responsible netizen. There's a lot on social media that are exaggerated. I had to stop reading stories because of these reasons. I hope everything that you read online is useful. Find trustworthy news outlets to understand the facts. Trust the experts who are doing their best and working tirelessly to bring you updates. And most importantly, take a break from your phones. You don't have to always be connected. I believe kindness and online empathy are concepts we need to share, like, and follow.
Alright, so thank you very much, Elika Marie S. Lombarte, and she is representing Grade 8. Thank you, Elika. And let's proceed to our next female candidate, and she is Miss Grade 9, Shirley Maurice Dolulasa. Alright, so Shirley is here, and I know she's ready to answer her question. But before that, I want to ask Shirley if what is she doing or what is she feels tonight?
I'm feeling excited but nervous at the same time because this is my first pageant ever.
But don't worry, Shirley, you're doing well. I know you will be great in your interview. So here's your question. I will read the question twice, and after my second reading, you just follow you answer the question. So your question is, what is the most important lesson you have learned during this pandemic? Again, she picked question number 3. What is the most important lesson you have learned during this pandemic?
Thank you for that question. The most important lesson that I have learned during this pandemic is that we need to treasure or cherish every moment that happens in our life. We will never know if it will happen again, and we don't want to grow up regretting that we didn't attempt to do something from the start. This lesson didn't only help me to always feel thankful, but to also have a positive and happy outlook in life. Since every minute of life is unique, we have the opportunity to cherish them all. Pandemic didn't only bring us struggles, but it also reminded us of the realities and life lessons that we may have forgotten. That would be all. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Shirley Maurice Doyoyasa, representing grade 9. Let's conclude our interview portion with female candidate number 4, representing grade 10, Deborah Duazo. Okay, so Deborah is here with me now, and I know she's ready to answer the question. So Deborah, before I read the question, I just want to check, how are you tonight?
Good evening, sir. Thank you for asking that question. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm doing well, although it has been a rough week for all of us as preparation for this night.
Alright, so, but then we are here, we are nearly concluding the whole show, and it's doing well and great. So I hope that everything will be just great as you answer the question tonight. And here's your question, candidate number 4, Miss Grade 10. If you were given a chance to live your life all over again, would you still decide to enroll in the STE curriculum of Antique National School? Why or why not? Again, you have picked question number 1. If you're given a chance to live your life all over again, would you still decide to enroll in the STE curriculum of Antique National School? Why or why not?
If I would be given a chance to live my life all over again, I would still decide to enroll in the STE curriculum. As an STE student, I have difficulties in my subjects, but I see difficulties as an opportunity to learn, grow, and develop. The STE curriculum produces future professionals through teaching advanced learning, and I'm proud to be an STE student who is versatile, adaptable, and sharp, thanks to the Antique National School who has taught me. Thank you.
Alright, so thank you very much, Deborah Duazo, representing grade 10. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have listened to our candidates, and we have proven that our candidates are very witty and intelligent. And I am very proud to say that these are all products of the STE program of Antique National School. But I will just give you a little trivia, because many are asking, what is STE program? Actually, an STE program is former special class that was established in 1975. But in the year 1993, the special program or the special class was under the DOST program. And Antique National School is one of the pioneering schools in the whole Philippines implementing this special science curriculum. And I am very proud to say that I am one of the first graduates of this curriculum, the special science curriculum. And throughout the years, Antique National School's special program or special science program, or now the STE curriculum, produces a lot of professionals. Graduates who are actually successful in their own fields. We have doctors, lawyers, and even educators. And up to now, we are producing more graduates who are very competitive in their own fields and still continuing to innovate and, of course, develop strategies and activities that can be useful for our students. And as of now, I am very proud to say that our science research is doing well, not only in the region, but in the entire Philippines.
Good day, everyone! And now, the search for Mr. and Miss STE 2021 has come to an end as part of the celebration of the ANS Day, commemorating the 150th year anniversary of this school. How pretty and glamorous and handsome are the members of the entourage. Congratulations to the group who initiated and sponsored this memorable and successful affair. Thank you to the parents who supported their children to be the important characters of this show. The unbounded gratitude to the teachers who unselfishly shared their talents as directors of this event. Cooperation is the keyword that made the work light and easy. And now, this is the successful result of cooperation. I hope that cooperation will continuously be part of our attitude in what endeavor we do in this school for the benefit of everybody. So thank you everyone for sharing your part, and congratulations again to those who made this affair colorful and worth remembering. Merry Christmas, everybody! Stay safe and God bless!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our final results. 4 lovely ladies, 4 equally good-looking gentlemen, who will be the new and the first ever Mr. and Miss ANS STE 2021. For our special awards, Mr. Photogenic is Mr. Grade 8 Liam Craig Labrage, presenting the award to his mother, Leila Istariz Labrage. Miss Photogenic is Grade 9 Shirley Maurice Dolulaza, presenting the award is her mother, Maribel Umaliao Dolulaza. Mr. People's Choice is Mr. Grade 7 Danward Mackerman Celis, presenting the award is Mrs. Sharon Rose O. Celis. Miss People's Choice is Deborah Odango Duazo of Grade 10. Presenting the award is Charlene Orbegozo Duazo, her mother. Best in Love Shot for Mr. is Mr. Grade 10 Miko Tan. Presenting the award is his father and her cousin, Senya Tan and Michael Tan. Best in Love Shot for female is Miss Grade 7 Carlene Angela P. Moscoso. Presenting the award is her parents, Carl Eric Moscoso and Irene Moscoso. Minor awards. Best in production number is Grade 7 Danward Mackerman Celis. Presenting the award is his mother, Sharon Rose O. Celis. Best in production number female is Miss Grade 7 Charlene Angela Moscoso. Again, presenting the award is her parents. Best in casual wear for male is Grade 7 Danlord Mackerman Celis. And for the female is Miss Grade 8. Presenting the award is her parents, Elmer D. Lombarte and Juliet S. Lombarte, together with his brother. Best informal wear is for male. Grade 7, Danward Mackerman Celis. Again, presenting the award is her mother. Best in evening gown for female is Miss Grade 8, Elika Marie S. Lamborte. Again, presenting the award is her parents and her brother. Best in resilience video is Mr. Grade 9 Edward Lawrence A. Dizon. Presenting the award is her parents, Patrick Jerry A. Dizon and Lauren A. Dizon. Best in resilience video for female is Miss Grade 8 Elika Marie S. Lambarte. Presenting the award is her parents, Elmer D. Lambarte and Juliet S. Lambarte. Mr. Popularity is Grade 9, Edward Lawrence A. Dizon. Presenting the award is his parents, Dr. Patrick Jerry A. Dizon and Dr. Lauren A. Dizon. Miss Popularity is Grade 9, Shorny Maurice Umaliao de Loyasa. Again, presenting the award is her mother, Maribel Umaliao de Loyasa. Best in interview for male is Mr. Grade 7, Dandor Mackerman Omajo Celis. Presenting the award is his mother, Sharon Rose O. Celis. For female, best in interview is Ms. Grade 8, Elika Marie S. Lambarte. Again, presenting the award is her parents and her brother. For major awards, third runner-up is Mr. Grade 10, Nico Vidal Tan. He is representing Grade 10. And on stage is his father, Michael Tan, and his cousin, Senya Tan. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ans STE third runner-up is Grade 10, Miko Vidal Tan. For our female is Miss Grade 7, Miss Carlene Angela P. Moscoso. And presenting the award for our third runner-up is her parents, Carl Eric Moscoso and Mrs. Irene Moscoso. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ans STE 2021 third runner-up is Miss Grade 7, Carlene Angela P. Moscoso. Second runner-up is for Mr. Ans STE, Mr. Grade 8, Liam Craig Labrage. Liam is the son of Engineer Russell Garcesa Labrage and Mrs. Leila Estares Labrage. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ans STE 2021 second runner-up, Liam Craig Estares Labrage of Grade 8. Second runner-up for the female is Ms. Grade 10, Deborah Otango Orbigozo Duazo. Deborah is the daughter of Danilo Escote Samiliano Duazo and Mrs. Charlene Odango Orbigozo Duazo. So ladies and gentlemen, second runner-up for Miss Ans STE 2021, Deborah Odango Orbigozo Duazo of Grade 10. First runner-up for Mr. Ans STE is Mr. Grade 9. Mr. Grade 9 is Edward Lawrence Alvior Dizon. He is the son of Dr. Patrick Dizon and Dr. Lorilyn Alvior Dizon. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. ANS STE 2021 first runner-up, Edward Lawrence Alvior Dizon. First runner-up for Miss ANS STE is Miss Grade 9, Cherny Maurice Umaliao Dololyasa. Cherny is the daughter of Mr. Agustus Cesar Cuevas Dololyasa and Mrs. Maribel Umaliao Dololyasa. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Miss Antique National School STE 2021 first runner-up is Cherny Maurice Umaliao Dololyasa. And Mr. STE 2021 is no other than Mr. Grade 7, Downward Mac Herman Umadjo Celis. Downward is the son of Mr. Gaylord G. Celis and Sharon Rose O. Celis. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Mr. Antique National School STE 2021 is Downward Mackerman Umadjo Celis. Miss STE 2021 is Grade 8, Elika Marie Lambarte. She is the daughter of Elmer D. Lambarte and Mrs. Juliet S. Lambarte. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Miss Antique National School STE 2021, Elika Marie S. Lambarte of Grade 8. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our first ever Mr. and Miss ANS STE 2021. Congratulations!